Good morning and happy Halloween. It's Hiker Dude Dad. I am at Ghost Lake. Ghost Lake is in the Jenny Jump State Forest here in northern New Jersey. We're near the town of Hope. And I hope to see some spirits rise out of this lake. Ghost Lake was formed in the early 1900s when they dammed up a stream here. Some say the Native American burial ground is below the surface, that it was just covered up when they dammed the lake. Many, on mornings just like this, report a strange ethereal mist hanging over the lake. I think we've got it. I can barely see the other side over there. So the mists are rising off of Ghost Lake. The mist itself isn't really the spooky part, but some people see wraith-like figures rising from the mist. We're gonna hang out here a little bit, see if we can see some of these ghost-like wraiths rising from the surface of Ghost Lake. Okay, so we're walking around Ghost Lake now. We're walking to a couple caves over here. This is called the Fairy Hole Trail, I think, on AllTrails. It's not very well taken care of, but you can see where it is. So we're walking along the edge of Ghost Lake here. One thing that is also reported about Ghost Lake is that even on warm days, there's a chill in the air, that you can totally sense something weird here. Today's October 19th, and it is a chilly fall day, so I'm not going to attribute that to any of this. It's about 40 degrees right now. Fall is here in northern Jersey. Trees are changing. Look at that mist rise off of Ghost Lake though. Let's go find these caves. So as we walk around this very rocky, rooty trail here, coming up upon this hill with a lot of rocky outcroppings, so primed for a cave to be here. Should be right around the bend. Here we go. Right in here is a cave entrance. Wow. All right, let's do this. All right, so here's my map of the Fairy Hole. It's about 30 feet long and formed in the Franklin marble. The entrance here is about 15 feet wide and 6 feet high. That checks out. Around 15 feet in, the cave narrows and the ceiling drops. You can still get in there by hunching down. At the end of the cave, there's a small room here, this offshoot to the right. And that is where Lenape Indian artifacts were uncovered during a 1936 excavation. The New Jersey State Museum found more than 10,000 bones and fragments from 23 different species of mammal. And the most important find was a tooth from an extinct giant beaver, Castoroides, the largest rodent ever in North America. Yeah, so we are not only at Ghost Lake in Haunted Hollow off Shades of Death Road, but could be some giant beavers in here too, man. All right, so here we go. All right, so we're already about 4 feet high here. I am crouching. I was at Wind Cave yesterday with, they got, man, lots of little bugs in here. I did see that in a video. Lots of little, honestly, ghost-like bugs are moving like mosquitoes or something. Kind of a tube up into there. Yeah, I'm on my knees. I was at Wind Cave yesterday, and so I was on my knees a lot, crawling, tight spaces. This floor is just mud. Huh. Thought we'd be able to get a little farther in here. I think that connects to this. Yeah, just an upper kind of chamber. Yeah, maybe down in there is where the tooth and the remains are found. Alright, that's about it. Doesn't seem like 30 feet deep. I hope I have the right cave. I'm gonna go look at my map. Just make sure I was in the right cave here. I think this was the fairy hole. Pretty cool. Yeah. All right. Let's duck walk out of here. Always wear your helmet in caves. Bump my head in there twice. All right, let me check my map. Okay, so that was the fairy hole. So we came back in here, and then we were looking through the tube up there and into that room. That is the room where the remains and everything were found. And then when I looked to the side, there were 2 entrances to this, but it didn't look that deep. Maybe it got blocked up by some rocks in the back there, but it just didn't look that deep in real life. So, but that was the fairy hole. I want to find this one, the Fairly Low Cave. That looks amazing. Before I leave the fairy hole, I just wanted to give you a bit of perspective on the size of this. So it says 6 feet tall. I'm 6 feet tall. Maybe it means from here. But once you go in, you're going down right away. So I did just look at the info for the Fairly Low Cave, and even though it's about 160 feet long, which is awesome, it's only 4 feet tall. So that is gonna be a lot of squatting. And the ground in there is like silt and mud. So that might not be terribly doable. But I think we're gonna scramble up this rock side here and go find it. All right, so I'm scaling up. Fairy hole is right down there. And I'm kind of scrambling up the boulders here. It's easier than it looks, actually. A lot of good handholds, trees, everything. But I'm gonna climb up over above fairy hole. Fairly Low looks like it's straight behind it, but like 100 feet up here, I guess. So I'm still moving up this way towards the top. Tell you what, as I got up here, I see this. Turn the light on. No way I'm getting in there. That is about 2 feet tall. I'm gonna stick my camera back as far as I can. This might be the fairy tube. on this overhang here. I'm thinking this is a ferry tube. This is very small. I'm gonna keep climbing up, but I'll pull my map out then and show you just kind of a straight shot back, narrowing the whole way. So I think this is the tube. Still looking for fairly low cave. Right, so whether I find the fairly low cave or not, I'm straight above the ferry hole. And then just below those logs right there was the ferry tube, I believe. Now we're kind of up on the top of this little round top here. Some rocks back here that I think might be fairly low. And I think it said that cave faces east, so I think it might be on the other side of that. But nice view looking down on Ghost Lake. You know, regardless, we found a nice little overlook here that wasn't too hard to scramble to. I get the creepy vibe around this lake because there's squirrels, leaves are falling, there's always some kind of sound going on around you. And I decided to keep my helmet on, honestly, till I get out of here, because there's black walnuts falling all over the place. And if they fall, you know, 200 feet down right on your melon, that could be bad news. So yeah, there's this big rocky outcropping over here, so let's check this out. Haven't checked in a bit. Been kind of bushwhacking, trying to find the fairly low trail or cave. But a little lesson, stay on the trail, or you might just be picking burrs off of you the rest of the day. Trying to find this cave though, there's no trail to it, I don't believe, not that I found. So weird, I-80 is really close, so I can hear the road. I know Shades of Death Road is down there. Trying to line myself up with where I think the cave is, but it's getting pretty thorny up here too, so I might just have to bail on this one, unfortunately. But I can't even tell you how many shades of death I'm feeling right now. Trying to come down this hill. I'm giving up on fairly low. There's no direct route to it. I can't find it. Right there's the road. But I'm climbing over all this. Holy crap. All right, I made it. Man, that sucked. So fairly low, not meant to be found. I doubt I could stand up in it anyway. It'd be a lot of 160 feet of crawling anyway. So almost back at the lot here so I can regroup. So I have successfully deburred myself and calmed my temper down, but feeling good again now. Look at this. Look at this fall color here in northern New Jersey. Ghost Lake. The fog, the spirits have lifted. Yeah, let's drive down Shades of Death Road. Now would be a great time to talk about murders. Okay, so we just got on Shades of Death Road at the eastern end. So we're driving west. I've kind of had a little sneak peek at this road. It seems very pleasant, but apparently back in the day it was not. There are 3 tales as to why it has the name Shades of Death. Frankly, I see nice, awesome farms around here. So let's just take a drive now. There's a nice farm out here to the right. Let's take a drive here. This road is about 6.7 miles long, and it kind of lines the southeast edge of Jenny Jump State Park. So yeah, just a winding road right now. There's a pumpkin patch over here. And look at this ahead of us. This red farm is just absolutely gorgeous. There's a horse right there. bright red, little tractor crossing sign. Nice farmhouse. So we're not at the shady part of the road yet, but there is a part where I drove through and there's like a tunnel of trees, a canopy. The tamest theory is that the road was, you know, just known as the Shades because of the low-hanging trees, which formed a shady canopy over the road. Just kidding, this theory's not benign at all. There were many murders that occurred along this road. It was popular with robbers. Yeah, people would drive down this road. The Shades would create hiding places for bandits to pop out and steal your gold. Many of these murders were unsolved. And it didn't stop there. The people that they caught, the murders that they solved, they took the perpetrators and they hung them from the canopy of trees over the road and left them there so other perps could see. Gonna cross under I-80 right now, Interstate 80. If you take that about 20 minutes west of here, you'll cross the Delaware River and end up at Delaware Water Gap. So look at the trees above and imagine criminal bodies hanging, rotting, swaying in the wind. It would probably deter you from murdering anybody, perhaps. Maybe not. Comment below if you'd keep murdering people. So now we're passing the parking. There was a bike caravan taken off from here when I finally came out of the woods, but that's one of the parking lots there. Ghost Lake is over here, the caves just across there. Ghost Lake is about halfway down the 6.5 miles of Shades of Death Road. In the 1920s, 1930s, more brutal murders along this road. I don't know what it is about, perhaps it's the wraiths from Ghost Lake possessing people and making them murder other people. But more murders. 3 brutal murders along the road. A robbery in which a man was hit over the head with a tire jack over some gold coins. A local resident, Bill Cummins, was shot and buried in a mud pile. I don't know if they ever recovered him or if he's still buried somewhere along here. I don't even know if the story's real or not, but that's local legend. And my favorite, a woman beheaded her husband, probably a cheater, and buried the head and the body on different sides of Shades Road so that he, that cheating son of a bitch, could never rest in peace. I guess he rested in pieces. Anyway, those are the 3 leading candidates for the name Shades of Death Road. I'm going to leave you now with some beautiful fall scenery to try and get those images out of your mind. Look at this fence and a little pond. Stone farmhouse up here. This is a beautiful road now that murders have, I assume, stopped. All right, so now we're at Hope Road. That was it. Beautiful road, although I can't help but think that there is a head buried somewhere along that road across the street from its body. We're headed north on Hope Road now, going into the town of Hope. I'm going to regroup there. All right, so I'm kind of pulled over in a company's parking lot, but the White House, not the building in the front, but the White House in the back by the red barn, is the Jenny Jump house. So this is where Jenny and her father allegedly lived back in the 1750s. I'm in a company's parking lot right now. The house itself is on the property of the Land of Make-Believe, which is a family-owned theme park here. But this is a company, and then the White House back there was Jenny's house. I'm going to go somewhere where I can tell you the story about Jenny. The hill up behind here, somewhere in here, is where the rocks are that will play a part in our story, but I'm going to get off private property. So the area around Jenny Jump State Forest here was inhabited by the Minsi or Wolf tribe of the Lenni Lenape. These natives were hunter-gatherers, although relatively peaceful compared to the Iroquois to the north. There were some conflicts with white settlers. The Lenape's range was from Delaware all the way up into New York State, a little bit of eastern Pennsylvania, but all of New Jersey. So the story of Jenny Jump was first logged in 1747 by a Swedish missionary named Sven Rosén. According to the legend, Jenny was a 9-year-old girl living down in the house that we saw in the Land of Make-Believe, but for real. Jenny was out gathering strawberries, and some Lenape happened upon her. Her dad saw this, possibly jumped to conclusions, was positive that they were intent on kidnapping her and killing her. She was up on a rock ridge, sort of looking for her berries. So here's the name of the state park. He goes, "Jenny, jump, jump, Jenny, jump." She trusted her dad, and she did. And two conflicting reports. One report is that she survived, but the consensus seems to be that she died on the jump. And that is why, woodpecker, and that is why some nights you will see a girl in a flowing white dress roaming these woods. That's Jenny. She'll skip around the trails and then vanish into thin air. This is a great view here. The fall colors are awesome. Out that way is Delaware Water Gap. We're only about 10 miles away from it, and I can see it out there. I'll zoom in. So there's Delaware Water Gap, Mount Tammany on the right, Mount Minsi on the left. Jenny Jump State Forest itself, beautiful place here. It's on 4,400 acres in Warren County. The state park opened in 1931. The Jenny Jump mountain range is 6 miles long and tops out at about 1,100 feet above sea level. New Jersey in general, pretty low. There's extensive hiking trails on the mountainside here, and large glacial boulders, outcroppings, all kinds of rocks. I did pass an observatory on the way in, and for, we're kind of between New York and Philadelphia right now, but these are some of the darkest skies that you'll find in New Jersey are right here.
Welcome to Pennsylvania.